Hitch Podcaster by Cortorific. This is your sheriff speaking. The sun was peeking over the horizon, yet the residents of Maritime Bay hadn't seemed to get up. Even the welcoming ray of sunshine, or sunlight, poking through the curtains weren't enough to stir the four ponies of the Bright House. In the shared bedroom, Sunny rolled over. She was aware that there was a smoothie stall that needed calling her name. But the warm embrace of her bed was just too difficult to part. As if nothing could ever stop her from, "Good morning, Maritime Bay." A loud voice rattled its way through the bright house and into the ears of slumbering ponies. Sunny jumped out of her bed in a fit of panic.
"There's no glitter in the smoothie, Pansy, I swear."
Sunny blurted out before her brain could function. The other four ponies fared no better. The Pegasus sisters of Zip, Storm, and Petals both took into the air, bumping their heads to the ceiling before crashing back down with a soft thunk. Besides them, Izzy rolled over and fell to the floor. Lifting her frizzled mane out of her eyes, she giggled despite having a bag under her eyes from another night of sleep insomnia.
Well, that's one to start the morning.
That would have been better.
Well, that's one way to start the morning.
She giggled. Her four friends nodded in unison, wiping the sleep from their eyes. They simultaneously turned their head to the source of the ruckus. Pip let out a long, heavy sigh.
If I hadn't thought Hitch how to use the equipment.
Pip grunted. Far off the Bright House, down in Maritime Bay proper, a certain sheriff station stood cleanly and proudly, facing the town square. Inside, a certain sheriff was testing out the new radio station Pip showed him from the day before. Good morning to you all lovely ponies of Maritime Bay. This is your one and only Sheriff Hitch Trailblazer, and this is the new Maritime Bay radio station. Hope you lot are all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed because it's truly a beautiful morning across the bay. Believe me, I know. I did my morning rounds.
Some of us don't have to start the morning that early.
Zip grunted to the radio as if her sheriff friend was in the Bright House itself. Now for your early morning briefing. Hitch cleared his throat and the sound of paper ruffling could be heard in the background. Thank you, Sparky. Now, might I remind you that Earth Pony magic is to be practiced exclusively within the new garden boundaries. I do not want another Glimmerberry incident like last time. The four friends are now eating around the kitchen table, memories of that misadventure running through their heads. There will be a major roadwork from Mare Street to Mare Melody Way. As well, so cart service will have a reducted schedule. Please see the new timetable outside of my office and stop station. Hitch said before running through the final piece of paper. That seems to be all of it for now. I will bring every notice by the minute to keep every one of you ponies safe and sound. The four friends almost choke on their breakfast slowly, their heads turned towards the radio.
He didn't mean that, right?
Zip,
Not by the minute, surely.
Pip added.
He must be joking.
Izzy threw her own bits in it, then placed two bits on the table. Sunny sighed once again. It seems Maritime Bay beloved sheriff was just want every pony in the town to be safe. Really, really safe. Just like how he's going to balance his new by the minute podcast, do his round and look for after Sparky all at once.
I guess we just have to see how things will go from here.
Sunny suggested.
I mean, it's just him on the radio. How bad can it be?
Sunny gave her signature nervous laugh.
I don't know.
Izzy interjected. There was something jinx.
There was something jinxy about that last question.
Shrugging, Sunny took it as Izzy being Izzy and strapped herself in with her smoothie cart and a roller skate. Nodding to her friends, she zoomed out of the front door and followed the wind path towards the town. Locating her usual stand, she loaded everything inside, got the electrical working, including the new radio. Started her prepping. Soon, her first customer was ready and waiting.
Good morning, Posy.
Sunny said with a warm smile.
Let me guess, you'll be wanting your usual tropical treats? Indeed.
Posy smiled at Sunny, chopped the required fruit, flop everything into the blender, and began to whizzle away. So focused on pleasing her thirsty customer, she lost her concentration and a certain loud voice came through the cart's new radio system. Good morning, Maritime Bay, it's me. The lid came off, flying along with the blender content right towards the unexpected customer. Posy stood there, smoothie juice dripping down her coat and onto the ground. Sunny winced as Posy breathed in and out, her face taking on a deep shade of angry red. Sunny knew what was incoming. So she opted for a hasty retreat.
Sorry, Posy.
Sunny apologized as she reached for the paper towel. Wiping her down, she handed back Posy's bits before racing out of her stall. In the distance, she heard Posy's signature's catchphrase echoes from behind her.
Are you kidding me?
Sunny better put a stop on Hitch minute reminder before something bad happened. Okay. The news was important, but by every minute it could drive her crazy. Sunny knows that Hitch was just doing his duty as a proud sheriff, but this might be stretching things out too far. Before reaching the sheriff's office, she had passed Pip's main melody. Unfortunately, her run was cut short when the doors to the salon threw open and the distressed customer ran out, her mane a glittery mess. Pip was running after her.
Um, thank you for choosing. Thank you for choosing main melody. Please come again.
Let me restart that.
Um, thank you for choosing main melody. Please come again.
Pip mustered the best smile she could and waved at the fleeting pony away. Turning around, she was relieved to see Sunny.
It was horrible. Horrible. I was about to mix my lady's ingredient for, like, the perfect hair product when Hitch caught me by a total surprise on stage on the radio. Instead of a distress treatment, turned into a re-stress treatment. Pip was crying waterfalls of tears when she finished relaying her tragic incident. Yeah, the same thing happened to me.
Sunny said before spotting something into the sky, squinting her eyes before they widened twice the size as she spotted Zip delivering Pegasus Fifi coming in for a crash landing before them.
Pip, duck!
She pushed her friends to the ground as the two Pegasus crashed behind them. Racing over them, they both found a pair of them with their eyes rolling around their sockets and covered in Sunny's latest delivery of fruit. It seems her new creation would be on hold.
Pony Feathers, what happened to you?
Pip exclaimed.
I don't know.
Fifi steadily got up, helping Zip as well.
I thought it would be a nice idea to install a new radio station so my flight would be the end. Say no more, say no more.
Zip waved a hoof.
Even as detective, I know where this is going. We better put a stop to this before any pony gets hurt.
Sunny said, but the others nodded in agreement. Together, once Zip wiped herself down, raced towards Hitch Station. As they headed towards the town square, a familiar friendly zone zoomed past them in signature motorcycle.
Oh, hi, friends. Oh, hi, friends. Is this some type of race?
Izzy said, driving beside them.
We are going to talk to Hitch about this new podcast show,
Pip said.
We think he's done enough and we're going to do something before he does another show. We're going to tell him about rethinking his time slots. Good thinking. Good thinking.
Izzy said.
Dragon sitting for Sparky West. I have some unicycling to do at the same time would disrupt my creativity, you know. You've been dragon sitting for Hitch?
Zip asked while she flew.
Well, duh. I'm Hitch official baby. I'm Hitch official dragon sitter.
Izzy said as she finished her sentence. A certain head popped up from behind her, wearing a small helmet and goggles.
It isn't fair on the little Sparky here to be with me all the time while he has a real dragon dad to look after him,
Izzy said.
Plus, his dragon fire is something else. My latest unicycle gem crafted bug and butterflies keep crawling away from me. How can I spread my craft as they were walking away from me?
The four of them reached the front door of Hitch's office and burst the door open. Upon hearing the paper and microphone moving, They took the next door, and flew them wide open. Hitch was so focused on his next live recording, fell back on his seat, paper flying everywhere. Turning his head, turning his head towards the cause of this commotion, he frowns upside down. Hello, girls. This equipment is amazing. I can keep every pony up to date with. We know. All of them answered back. Sparky, who was still young to say, all could only grunt. Hitch smile slowly disappeared. You didn't get my message? Hitch asked hesitantly. Hesitantly, fuck. We heard them loud and clear, Sheriff. Zip answered first. I just love sitting my morning flight disrupted by a crashing Pegasus who got spooked by your announcement, or a pony with a worse mane could ever walk out of Main Melody, Pip added. I will never live that down for as long as I live. And think of little Sparky. Easy held the baby dragon up, who was trying to reach for his dad. It's this all this time locked in his cramped office? Good. For your time with Sparky. Hitch? Hitch, Sonny sighed. As I said before, you are an amazing sheriff. You do your best to look after every pony in Maritime Bay. But you also need to set some time for yourself and your friends as well, okay? Hitch looked at the ponies gathered back towards the station he set up. I suppose I could take a break every now and then. I suppose I can take a break every now and then. Hitch sighed. And? And? Sonny asked. Maybe change the time of podcast from by the minute to every hour or so. Then I could spend some time with Sparky as a dragon dad should. Sparky clapped his claw. Together giggled in excitement at this last point. Great, Zip said. Now about lunch. Then how we should help you reschedule live recording so they don't cause any disruption to ours or anyone else? That sounds the right idea, Pip said. All this running around has made me hungry. Then how about a non-disturbed fruity smoothie? Sonny suggested. And it's on the house. The 5 friends and 1 baby dragon exited the office for the afternoon of fun and relaxation without any getting in the way. Ta-da! Yeah. As I said before, this is Hitch Podcaster by Coderific. I will link it in the description below.